Vicharet. One should wonder. Asangaha. Without material association. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. An intelligent person who has controlled his mind and conquered fear should give up all attachment to material objects such as wife, family, and nation, and should wander freely without embarrassment, hearing and chanting the holy names of the Lord, the bearer of the chariot wheel. The holy names of Krishna are all auspicious because they describe His transcendental birth and activities, which He performs within this world for the salvation of the conditioned souls. Thus, the holy names of the Lord are sung throughout the world. Please repeat. An intelligent person who has controlled his mind and conquered fear should give up all attachment to material objects such as wife, family, and nation, and should wander freely without embarrassment, hearing and chanting the holy names of the Lord, the bearer of the chariot wheel. The holy names of Krishna are all auspicious because they describe His transcendental birth and activities, which He performs within this world for the salvation of the conditioned souls. Thus, the holy names of the Lord are sung throughout the world. Since the holy name, form, and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are unlimited, no one can hear or chant about all of them. Therefore, the word loke indicates that one should chant the holy names of the Lord that are well known on this particular planet. Within this world, Lord Ram and Lord Krishna are very famous. Their books, Ramayana and Bhagavad Gita, are studied and relished all over the world. Similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is gradually becoming famous all over the world, as he himself predicted. Pitivite achayata nagaradigram sarvachapachara hoibe moranam. In every town and village on this earth, the glories of my name will be chanted. Therefore, in conformity with the authorized statement of this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Krishna consciousness movement emphasizes the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Along with the Pancha Tattva mantra, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda. According to Sri Sridhar Swami, this blissful process of chanting the holy names of the Lord without any material conception is called Sugamam, Margam, a very enjoyable path. Similarly, Lord Krishna has described the process of Bhakti Yogam as Susukam Kartum Avyayam, very joyfully performed. And Srila Lochan Das Thakur has sung Saba Avatar Sada Siromani Kevalananda Kanda. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's process for worshipping Krishna is Kevala Ananda Kanda, simply joyful. In this connection, Srila Prabhupada has stated that people in any part of the world can assemble, chant the Hare Krishna mantra, read from authorized books such as Bhagavad Gita as it is, and accept Krishna Prasadam sumptuously, just as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did in Navadvip. To be successful in this program, however, Lochan Das Thakur has warned, Vishaya Chadiya, one must give up material sense gratification. If one indulges in material sense gratification, surely he will be in the bodily concept of life. One who is in the bodily concept of life will undoubtedly have a materialistic understanding of the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, by considering the Lord's pastimes mundane, one will come within the category of Mayavad or impersonalism, in which one considers the transcendental body of the Lord to be a creation of material nature. Therefore, the word asanga in this verse is very significant. One must chant the holy name of the Lord without any mental speculation. One must accept Lord Krishna as he presents himself in Bhagavad Gita, wherein he states alone that he alone is Purushottam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that his transcendental form is Ajopi-san Avyayatmam, unborn and inexhaustible. Srila Jiva Goswami has emphasized Yani Shastra Dwara Sat Parampara Dwara Chaloke Gitani Janmani Karmani Cha Tani Shunvan Gayams Cha. If one wants to be successful in chanting and hearing the holy name of the Lord, one must adopt the process as is, coming down in the Sat Parampara, the transcendental disciplic succession. And the Sat Parampara can be identified by reference to bona fide Vedic scriptures. Contrary to the opinion of uninformed critics, the followers of Krishna consciousness are not mindless or fanatical. They intelligently follow the system of checks and balances called Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. That is, one must accept a bona fide spiritual master who must in turn be confirmed by the opinion of great saintly persons and revealed scriptures. If one accepts a bona fide spiritual master, authorized literature such as Bhagavad Gita as it is, and Srimad Bhagavatam, one's program of chanting the holy names of the Lord and hearing about the Lord's pastimes will be completely successful. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvadaha Tyakvadeha punar janma naitimam eti sorjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in the material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjun. Very long purport. So I'll just go through the first few paragraphs here, and then we'll continue on. So an intelligent person who has controlled his mind and conquered fear should give up all attachment to material objects. Yehi samsparsaja boga dukkha yoniya evate adyantavanta kuntaya nateshu samate buddha. Krishna also tells Arjuna, you want to speak Hindi? Bengali? I'm just a small devotee. You have to give it to that. Okay, 1 minute only.
तो हमारा परम सौभाग्य है कि His Grace कृपानिधि प्रभु आज प्रभुपाद के शिष्य हमारे बीच में उपस्थित हैं और उनका सत्संग प्राप्त करने का हमें सुअवसर प्राप्त हो रहा है। तो प्रभु जी का जन्म जॉर्ज टाउन गुयाना में हुआ और श्री प्रभुपाद से उन्होंने 1972 में 21 वर्ष की आयु में पोर्टलैंड ओरेगन में यूएसए में उन्होंने दीक्षा प्राप्त की और प्रभुपाद के सीधे निर्देश के अनुसार उन्होंने पूरे विश्व में भ्रमण किया और ब्रह्मचारी के रूप में 11 वर्षों तक प्रभुपाद की पुस्तकों का वितरण किया। 1977 नवंबर में जब उनको वृंदावन कुछ समय के लिए भेजा गया था, तब प्रभुपाद के जो फाइनल पास टाइम्स थे उस समय प्रभु जी वहां पर उपस्थित थे और प्रभुपाद की समाधि को अपने हाथों से उन्हें बनाने का मौका मिला। 1983 में प्रभु जी वापस भारत लौटे और न्यू दिल्ली में 6 साल के लिए मंदिर के अध्यक्ष के पद पर आसीन रहे और उसी समय उन्होंने आईआईटी में पहला भक्ति योग क्लब स्थापित किया। उन्होंने इस्कॉन के भक्ति वेदांत इंस्टीट्यूट में भी अनेक कार्यक्रम किए हैं। 1989 में प्रभु जी कनाडा गए और जहां पर उन्होंने प्रभुपाद की पुस्तकों का वितरण जारी रखा और अगले 30 साल तक उन्होंने वहां सर्विस की। वर्तमान समय प्रभु जी शिला मायापुर में अपने परिवार के साथ हैं, जहां पर वो पंचतत्व के ऑल्टर पर सेवा करते हैं, श्री प्रभुपाद के पुस्तकों का वितरण करते हैं, इंटरनेशनल बुक बूथ में और हरिनाम का प्रचार करते हैं और जो विद्यार्थी हैं उनको वैज्ञानिक तरीके से प्रोफेसर्स को, तीर्थयात्रियों को, अतिथियों को, सभी को वो कृष्ण भक्ति का प्रचार करते हैं। तो आइए प्रभु जी का हम इस्कॉन न्यूटाउन मंदिर में शिशि निकाय गौरांग के इस आंगन में अपने हृदय से स्वागत करते हैं। 3 बार जोर से हरि बोल बोलकर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल।
Hare Krishna, thank you very much. So here, Srila Prabhupada's birthplace, very holy place called Kolkata. Because Prabhupada is empowered, Krishna Shakti Vinanaye Tara Pravartana. He is Shaktivesh avatar, you can say. He has accomplished a great miracle of establishing the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu throughout the world. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Dhyana Bhutale Swayam Upakadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Just like Rupa Goswami was empowered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to write so many wonderful literatures about the wonderful pastimes, paraphernalia, instructions of Krishna. So Prabhupada is empowered, and this is his birthplace. So here, an intelligent person he has controlled his mind and conquered fear. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Mana prasadat somyadvam monam atma vinigraha bhava samsudir iti etat Mana tapasa uchyate. Austerity of the mind is to keep it very peaceful. Mana prasadat shomyadvam. And shomyadvam means not to be saying one thing and thinking something else. Like Bhakti Vinod says, Kali Yuga Chela, wearing tilak and kantimala, but he's saying has some material desires. Pumsos trio maitani bhava metam, tayor eva hridaya granti mahu. The knot in the heart is very big. Ato griha shetra sutapte vitayar, janasya mohoyam mahammameti. So even in the association, the assembly of devotees, sometimes a person's mind is contemplating sense gratification. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very strict. When he heard that Choda Haridas went to beg rice from Madhavi Devi, the sister of Sikhi Mahiti, and she was a great devotee of the Lord, she could understand Gauranga Mahaprabhu's Mahabhav, is relishing the Mahabhav of Srimati Radharani. So extremely unique devotee, very confidential devotee. But still Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, oh, this Chota Haridas, now let him go. He cannot associate with me. And when he heard that Chota Haridas committed suicide, Macha Svashva Duhichava, as I go, Macha Svashva Duhichava na vivikta shimo bhavet. Balavad Indriyo Gramo, the senses are so strong, one should not even sit in a secluded place with one's matra, one's mother, one's sister, or duhicha, one's daughter. There's a verse like that here in the Bhagavatam. So Chota Haridas took his own life. He was in a renounced order of life. So here it's mentioned Vairagya. Gauranga Mahaprabhu has come to teach Vairagya Vijanija Bhakti Yoga Shiksharsham Eka Purusha Purana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sharira Dari Kripambudur Yastam Maham Prabhadye. The Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was a dry speculator. He wasn't a devotee. But Gauranga Mahaprabhu defeated him. They had a discussion for 7 days talking about the Atmarama verse. What is Atmarama? Who is self-satisfied in this world? Mahatmanas tumam parta daivim prakriti mashrida bhajanti ananya manaso get vabhutarim ashraya. Only one who knows Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead, he is a real Atmarama. He is a real self-satisfied. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was a big scholar, big pandit. But Lord Chaitanya convinced him the goal of human life is not studying the Vedas. You can't win Krishna's attention or Radharani's attention by becoming a big scholar of Vedanta, right? Naham Vedar na tapasa na danene na chejaya na sakyam evam charjana jusavan asimam yata. You can't see me, Arjuna, you can't see me by being a big Vedantist, Naham Vedar, or being a big mystic yogi, na tapasa, na danena, or being giving in great charity. Sometimes kings, they gave in great charity, but some or other, he became a lizard. King Maharaj Niga. So only Bhaktas tu Ananyaya Shakya. So Ananyaya, this quality is very important. Zero. He takes a renounced order of life and he has thousands of followers like this. And he is relishing, oh, I have so many followers. I'm so powerful. But this is not the mentality of the great Vaishnavas. When Madhavendra Puri, when the deity told the pujari in Ramuna, he was in Ramuna, a place in Orissa, and he was thinking how to make this nice sweet rice kheer for Gopinath, for Gopal, deity in Vrindavan. And so Gopinath came in a dream and told the pujari, there's a great devotee, Madhavendra Puri. Take this sweet rice to him, and he wants to know how to make sweet rice for Gopal. So when the pujari went there, who is Madhavendra Puri? Come. And Madhavendra Puri realized that, and the pujari realized Madhavendra Puri, a great Maha-Bhagavat. So early in the morning the next day, Madhavendra Puri ran away from Ramuna. He didn't want any name and fame. This is one of the obstacles on the path of devotional service. I want name, fame, big family. Look, just see how I'm supporting my family members, and I have to marry all my daughters. Prabhupada said here in Kolkata, he was speaking with a man who was very ill, and he was asking the doctor, give me a few more years, I have to take care of my daughters. But Prabhupada said, when death comes and kicks you in the head, ahani bhutani gachanti ayamalayam shesha stavaram ichanti kimascharam ataparam. Yudhisthira Maharaj says, step by step, everyone is going to meet Lord Yamaraj, the Lord of Death. But everyone is thinking, no, not me. I'm an exception to the rule. No one is an exception to the rule. So like this, people are so nunam pramatak kurute vikarma. They're so obsessed in the mode of passion. Just like here in Kolkata, I mean, Lord Chaitanya walked all over these areas. Panihati was in, how far is Panihati? Not far. No, he was in Panihati at the Chittadahi Mahotsav with Lord Nityananda. That's 500 years ago. The Supreme Personality of Godhead was moving around this whole area. So it's a very auspicious place. Actually, of all the places in the universe, Bharatvarsh is very, very important, because here one can get the opportunity to cultivate Bhakti Yoga, Prema Bhakti, and go back to Goloka Vrindavan. Even in many Varshas, there are Varshas and Dvipas. Many of these Varshas, people are enjoying like heavenly pleasures. Where Lord Shiva, he's in one Varsha, Ilavarta Varsha, and he's surrounded by millions of women. And anyone who goes there becomes a woman. And in other Varshas, there's so much gold on the banks of the Jambu River, so much gold. People are decorating. So, Bhogaishvarya Prasaktanam Tayap. Very difficult, but in Bharatvarsha, it's very auspicious, very special. If we get the human body here, we can cultivate Vairagya Vijanija Bhakti Yoga. Detachment from sense pleasure, detachment from money. Janiyatu ashu vairagyam jnanam chayad ahoitukam. The Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is so powerful. The Guru Parampara is so powerful. All the four Sampradayas, Vaishnava Sampradayas, are in the Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya here in Kali Yuga. And so Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is empowering Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sharva Shaktis. All the potencies of the Lord. He has so many potencies. The sun is one of his eyes. The moon is another eye of the Lord. All these universes, Yasyaika Nishvashita Kalamata Valambyam Jivati Loma Vilaja Ata Jiva Loka Anandanata, that all the Lord Brahmas with all their planets are emanating from Mahavishnu's little pores in his skin. Jiva Loma Vilaja. The pores in his skin. All these universes are coming out. And who is Mahavishnu? Is an expansion of Lord Balaram, who is an expansion of Krishna, who comes as Gauranga Mahaprabhu here in Kali Yuga. So can you imagine? Yasya Prabhu Prabhupada Jagadanda Koti. All the universes are contained in Krishna's bodily effulgence. Lord Brahma says it. I don't say it. Brahma says it. Huh? So this is Krishna has come now as Gauranga Mahaprabhu in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Krishna is in the mood of Radha. He comes as devotee Patita Pavana Hetu Tava Avatar. He's so merciful because everyone in Kali Yuga is destined. They're doomed. They're going down, right? Patanti narake sucho. Krishna says in the 16th chapter, Aneka chitta vibranta moha jala samarita. They're like fish caught in a net. Kamapaboga pramana. Patanti narake sucho. They simply want sense pleasure. We see them driving around. Beep, beep, so much noise, so much traffic. They're all rushing. Where can I enjoy? Where can I enjoy? That's all. This is inferior pleasure, this sense gratification. Therefore, Krishna says to Arjuna, Patanti narake sucho. They're gliding to the hellish planets because they have given up. They don't know. Nate vidu swartha gatimi vishnum. Durashe bahir artamanina. They're simply looking outside of themselves. Where is pleasure? Where is pleasure? How can I get more money, right? Idam adyamaya labdam imam prakshe manoratam. Idam asidam apime bhavishyata punardanam. I get more money, punardanam. I get more money, then I'll be happy. And then I'll enjoy some sense pleasure, right? Na danam, na janam, na sundarim. So here, one has to avoid Jai Shri Guru, Gauranga, Shri Nitai, Nimai Nitai Ki Jai. Kapila says, Teshu asanteshu mudeshu. That the materialistic people who are watching Bollywood, going to the bar. Now I see in India they have, when I was in India, very few bars. Now I see everywhere, hotel, bar. It's just simply prostitution and drinking alcohol. So teshu asanteshu mudeshu. Kanditatnushu asadeshu. One should avoid associating with those persons who are very coarse, asanteshu. Mudeshu, who are very foolish. Sangam na kuryachur, do not associate with them. They'll drag you down. You will become polluted by associating with these kind of people. Although they're born in Prabhupada's birthplace, they're born in West Bengal, it's a very auspicious place, Gauranga Mahaprabhu's place. Eshu santeshu mudeshu kanditatmashu asadushu. Sangam na kuryach choteshu yoshit krida mrigeshu cha. Dancing dogs or dancing toys, like a toy, like people have toy dogs, you know. Dancing dogs in the hands of Yoshit, a woman, materialistic woman, not Vaishnavis, but materialistic women. They're just dancing and they don't realize it. So we avoid this association, the satsanga tyage Vaishnavachar. Sri Sangi Eka Sadhu Krishna Bhakta are. We have to associate with devotees constantly, 24 hours a day. We have to be very careful to control the mind. Mana prasada chomyadvam. Don't be duplicitous, that I'm hankering after sense pleasure or I'm hankering after money. Kanaka and what's the other one? Kamini. Kanaka and Kamini. These are the binding forces here in the material world. We can't be too cautious. Ajamil was a Brahmin. He knew all the mantras and tantras. But yet he was distracted. He just saw a Sudra and a Sudrani and he fell into the dark. even when Lord Chaitanya was traveling through South India with Kaliya Krishna Das, his servant, and he was traveling, and the Bataharis, the gypsies, they used women to capture these men. Bengalis are known to be very intelligent, so they capture the Bengalis. And so even in the presence of God, you can have problems. He was with God, walking along in South India. He got completely caught up by the illusory power of the Krishna's energy. So it's very powerful. Mama Maya Duratyaya, Mame Veye Prapaninte, Mayameti Tarantite. So here it talks about chanting of the holy name. So we have to chant the holy name without any offenses. One of the great offenses, of course, is called sadhu nindana. That we are associating with devotees, but there's some envy, some matsarya, some jealousy. Oh, look at him. He's a sannyasi. Who does he think he is? That's Krishna's arrangement. Oh, he's a GBC. He's a temple president. It's all Krishna's arranging everything. That's Krishna's arrangement. Advaishta sarva bhutanam maitra kurna evacha. Devotee sees everyone as his friend. What to speak of another devotee, we should be happy if we see another devotee making advancement in spiritual life, or if we see a devotee that's actually struggling. You don't oh, rascal, get him out of here. No, we have compassion. Dadati pratigrinati guyam aketi prichati. That you help those who are weaker, who are new. You help them. Prabhu, let's sit down and chant some good japa, some attentive japa. Let's go on kirtan, do kirtan together. Very powerful in Kali Yuga. Kalaryad Dari Kirtanat. Whatever austerities Dhruva Maharaj performed, Krita Yad Dyayato Vishnu. Dhruva Maharaj was doing 10,000 years austerity. And of course, he suffocated the universe. He stopped eating, stopped breathing, stopped drinking water. Very powerful. In Kali Yuga, Kalaryad Dari, you just chant Hare Krishna, you get as powerful as Dhruva. You get the same mercy as Dhruva Maharaj. That Lord Vishnu came before Dhruva, revealed himself. Tesham avanukam partana hamagyana jamtamaha nashamatmyasmabhavasto gyana deepena bhashpata. Krishna will reveal himself within your heart. Here I am. I play a flute. I have Mother Yashoda cooking for me every day. God himself is lying in the lap of Mother Yashoda because she's such a great devotee of the Lord. Even the sages of Naimisharanya, when they saw Lord Ram, he's so beautiful. Can you imagine how beautiful the Lord is? Extremely beautiful, right? So can we come in Dwapara Yuga and be your gopi friends and dance with you and experience Madhurya Leela, the sweetest of all relationships is Madhurya Ras. In the spiritual world. In the material world is the most binding. But in the spiritual world is the most wonderful thing. These rasa of Krishna, and he's satisfying the gopis. He's dancing with them. He's joking with them. He's in the Yamuna with them. That is the highest rasa, but everyone here in the material world is saying, well, I'd rather be Krishna. Ahankara vimudatma kartahamiti maniyate. I want to be Krishna. I want to enjoy, So you see Bollywood, they have like this Maya. They think, oh, I'm tasting Madhurya. No, you're tasting nothing but poison, Vishayi. You're drinking poison, that's all. So therefore, of course, we have to perform these tapasyas associated with devotees and avoid the 10 offenses to the holy name. The most important, of course, is Guru Aparad, of course, considered the spiritual master, common ordinary person. to consider the holy names as names of demigods or some mundane kind of karma kanda, and chanting Hare Krishna, and like Maharaj Priyavrata, Prachina Barishat, Narada Muni had to come and say, look, you're a descendant of Dhruva Maharaj. Why are you doing all these rituals? Why are you doing this karma kanda? And then he told the story of Puranjana, how this person is trying to enjoy the fruit of karma kanda. And at the time of death, how, it's an analogy, how the Yamaraj comes and takes him away, and he takes birth as a woman in his next life, and so on. So Narada Muni is preaching to Prachana Barishat, that you give this all up, you become a devotee of the Lord, surrender everything to Krishna. That is the purpose. So, the path of Bhakti Yoga, Prabhupada used to say, it's not so easy. Like so many, Prabhupada came to the West and we saw this great personality, very grave and incredibly, Tetva Purnama Shesha Mandalapati Srinam Sada Tuchabai. I mean, he gave up everything. He, became empowered by the Lord. Who could do what Prabhupada did in 12 years, But he's very, very grave. And we were like little monkeys. She said, I'll bring my monkeys to India. So he brought my god brothers and god sisters to India, and they were chanting white elephants, he called them. So like that, the movement is spreading. It doesn't matter whether one ahopato swapacho tugarian yajjig vrge vartate nama tupyam tepus shashunarnam brahmanuchu nama grinanti yete. How great it is, Kapila Dev is saying, that even a person is born in a family of dog eaters, swapacho tugarian yajjig vrge vartate, if he has the name of God, Hare Krishna, on his tongue, then he's gone to all the holy places of India. That's a lot of holy places in India. Even if you go to Vrindavan, there's so many kundas, so many sarovars, so many places. Even around Govardhan Hill, there's so many places where you have to take bath. Sarabi Kund, Govinda Kund, Manasi Ganga, so many places. What to speak of the whole of India. He's taken bath in all those holy places of India and performed all the austerities of all the great sages, Durvas Muni, Agni, all the great sages, Mandavya Muni, all these great sages. He's done all the mystic practices of all the great mystics. Brahmunachir Nama Grinati. He's more than a Brahmin. So Prabhupada came and he took dukis, made us from duki to sukis, basically, from hippies to happies. We were all like hippies, all doing nonsense, engaging in Kali Yuga nonsense, And of course, in the Gita we hear the one who's influenced by the mode of Rajagun, Rajasastu Phalam Dukam, Kamana Nirmalam, Sadvikam Nirmalam Phalam. Sukritasyahu, in the mode of goodness there's some happiness, some purity of the heart. Rajasastu phalam dukam, mode of passion. What is mode of passion? It means sense gratification and money and the things that money can buy. And then of course, agyana tamasa phalam, that foolishness and darkness is the fruit of the mode of ignorance. So people in the mode of ignorance are angry, lazy, always disturbed. Kali Yuga, everyone's disturbed. So Prabhupada came and gave us this wonderful path of Bhakti Yoga, this Prema Bhakti. And we have to take it seriously. And Prabhupada is living in his books. So every time I saw Prabhupada, he was distributing my books. distributing my books. And every time we went on morning walk with Prabhupada, what are the scientists saying today? He used to call them frogs. Frog in a well. The first morning walk I went, Prabhupada said, we were walking in a park and there was a frog there. So, okay, what is Mr. Frog saying today? He's like, a rascal. So he's sitting in the well and he's thinking, how big is the ocean? And he's puffing himself up and he blows himself up, explodes. So the rascals, they're saying, asatyam apratishtam te jagadahur anishvaram. There's no God. The molecules, things came together and we got some little creatures coming out of a primordial soup. They got the primordial soup model. Total rascals. Maya Aparita, probably the nonsense rascals. So, let's show me. I give you all the chemicals. I give you a body right now, dead body. All the chemicals are there. Bring it back to life. Not possible. No, they're not even, they're more further away than 20, 30, 40 years ago, 70 years ago. It gets more and more impossible. One atheist, his name is Sir Fred Hoyle. Big astrophysicist, very famous. And everyone loved him until he said one thing, and then they crushed him. He said the possibilities that there was a big explosion 16 billion years ago, the Big Bang, and then the universe cooled down, and 4.5 billion years ago, some creatures came slithering out of the primordial soup. He says that probability, based on his calculation, is the same as 1 million monkeys sitting together typing on a typewriter or a laptop, and they all, at the same time, produce the complete works of Shakespeare. That's what he said. He said, it's impossible. At that point, he was about to get a Nobel Award, and they just shut him down. They crushed him. If you speak against the religion of atheism, they will crush you like a bug. You will never get any more research grants. You may lose your tenure in the university. They're demonic. They're hostile. Etam dristam avastabhya. Sadhumane suryavarya dehinam. Prahlad says, my father is so envious of God. So people are basically, they don't want God. They don't want anything to do with God. God is dead. And they keep suffering and following. Teshu asanteshu mudishu kanditatnasu. Oh no, there's another verse. Teshu kupata destrinam patatam tamasi yaraya. Yeshadadana vachaste vai majanti ashma plavaiva. In that verse, Kapila Dev is saying, those people who put their faith in atheists, ignorant people, it's just like putting your faith in a captain who takes you on a boat made of stone. The boat's going to sink. Kupata desrinam. Everyone's being led on the kupata, on the dark path of darkness. So now this Krishna consciousness movement is the only hope for human society. It's the only hope. All these big scholars, philosophers, scientists, big politicians, they're all like a captain who's taking everyone into a boat made of stone. Can you float? Can the boat float? The Titanic went down like that. So this boat is made of stone. So our only hope is to give this Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada said, distribute my books. And he said, the big books, these books, are most important. Try to distribute these because people will keep them in their library and gradually they read them. And we learn that people, so many people I've got people that phoned me and said, I read the Bhagavatam, because we sell Bhagavatams in the West, here as well. And this one lady phoned me up. I read the Bhagavatam. My husband's reading the Bhagavatam. You change our whole life. Now we're Krishna conscious. He's on the 8th canto. These are people who eat cows every day. Every day, if you read the 5th canto, if you are responsible for the death of a cow, whether you give permission, or whether you transport it, or you sell it, or you buy it, or you cook it, or you eat it, you're all going to be suffering like anything in hell for every hair on each cow. How many cows do you think people in America, they're eating cows every day, and they have to suffer in these hellish planets, Mahararava, for every hair on the one cow. Denu Datri Tata Pridvi. She's one of the 7 mothers, Denu. One of the 7 mothers, and they're eating like with both hands. So this lady, her husband was a big hunter, Mrigari. And then he started reading Bhagavatam, and he stopped eating meat, and he attends Bhagavad Gita Zoom classes. And she was sobbing, says, my whole life has changed because you sold the Bhagavatam door to door. Like Lord Nityananda was going door to door, please chant Hare Krishna. Jagai Madai, they got saved like that. What are they? They're murderers. If you kill a cow, you might as well murder. It's the same level of sin. Killing a cow and killing a human person, same level of sin. I don't say it. It's the Manu Samhita. Swayambhuva Manu says it. Not me. It's in the scripture. So we have to understand that when they get a book, Prabhupada says even they touch my book, their lives will become perfect. He said that in front of me in Los Angeles, 1975. He said, let them just touch my books. These books are very special. They're Prabhupada used to say, we were traveling in a van all over US, Canada, all over that part of the world, Mexico. And some devotees, they wrote Prabhupada, these brahmacharis, they're traveling. They don't have deities. Are they eating sin? They don't offer to the deity. Every day they're eating. Prabhupada said, rascal, my books are deities. They can offer the bhoga to my books, and it'll be prasadam. He said, let them travel and preach. He said, moving temples. Prabhupada encouraged brahmacharis, young men, young women. We even had young women parties, brahmacharini parties, distributing millions and millions of books every day. Being arrested by the police. So many times they throw us in jail. Hare Krishna, you're brainwashing people. You're misguiding young people. You don't want to eat meat? What's wrong with you? How can you live without meat? These are the kind of propaganda, So Prabhupada said, these are my soldiers. When we go out and fight Maya, he says, we become strong with the morning program, Pancharachaki Vidhi. Then we do Bhagavad Vidhi. We go out and distribute Prabhupada to the world. And slowly, slowly, the world is changing. So thank you very much. I went over my time. There's still one more page of purport. Perhaps you can read it tomorrow. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Do you have any questions? Anyone have a question? No? Too late? Any comment? Senior devotee, you have any comment? Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Kripanidhi Prabhu ki